Welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about Diablo-like dungeon generation. In this video we are going to add a simple settings that will make us able to better control what's going on in our main layout generation. So this is going to be the maximum number of extra connections. So we're going to add a simple integer variable that is going to be our extra connection amount. Extra connections, just that. This is going to be an int. We're going to hit compile. That's my F1. And we're going to say that we want 2 extra connections. And we want to reduce the amount of extra connections when we connect 2 tiles. And then we're going to check if the amount of extra connections remaining is less or equal 0, and if it is, we are going to break our loop of extra connections. So we're going to make our loop a for break. We're going to control drag every pin, and we're going to delete the previous loop. And we're going to say that if we reach our maximum amount of extra connection, we're going to break and to stop adding extra connection to the layout. So if we check what that does, you see, can we see what's going on here? Can we see? I'm going to generate another layout. Actually, we're going to add a key to generate new layouts at runtime. So we're going to find num plus, and we're going to make it so generate tile layout. So we will do that in 2 steps. This is going to be a function. This is going to call generate level. On begin play, we will generate the level. When we hit play, we will need to destroy all tiles and generate the level once again. So we're going to create a new function called reset level. This is going to need a reference to all tiles we created. So we're going to go at our spawn tile system. Well, actually we can do that in another way. We can just say, yep, we're going to, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to spawn tile. We're going to promote this to a variable. This is going to be our tiles. This is going to be an array of tile. And we're going to say, no, we're not going to do that. Well, actually, yes, we are. We're going to add the tile we spawned to the array of tile. Then we're going to, when we reset the level, we're going to reverse loop through the tiles, and we're going to destroy them. And then we're also going to reset the number of extra connections we want. So we're going to put that in our metrics folder. We're going to drag and drop value amount in there. We're going to drag and drop tile size in there. We're going to drag and drop generic tile lists and tile lists. And then we're going to say our tiles is in the references folder, the tile layout as well. And we're going to duplicate extra connection. Remaining, it's going to be called remaining connections. This is going to be a reference variable. And when we reset the level, we're going to say the remaining connection is equal to the extra connection. And when we add extra connection to our level, instead of decrementing extra connection, we're going to decrement remaining connection, and we're going to check if remaining connection is equal to 0. This is a temporary counter of extra connections. So when we reset the level, we have the maximum amount of remaining connection, we destroy the tiles, and then we generate the level. So this is not called reset level. Yep, this can be called reset level actually. So if we hit play, if I hit plus, it doesn't work because it's not listening to my inputs. So I need to tell him I'm going to my level generator in the class defaults. In the inputs details, I'm saying auto receive input player 0. And it's not destroying the previous tiles. Why is it not so? It did not destroy the previous tiles. Why? When I spawn a tile, I'm adding it to my list of tiles. Then when I'm resetting the level, I'm destroying them. Maybe that's because I attached them. I'm detaching them from me, and then I'm destroying them. Okay, I know what's going on. I'm not clearing the tile layout. I'm not clearing the tiles. And I'm not restoring the value amount either. So I'm going to make the value, I'm going to call this tile amount. I'm going to make that an int. Yes, it's searching where it's used. Where is it used? It's used there. I want that. I want to F5. I want to duplicate that. Remaining tiles. No, I don't need to do that. So I can just hit play. Oh, because it's tile amount equals 0, you see it spawned. It doesn't like the random generator doesn't like it because we don't have a start tile that is going in the other direction than south. So it cannot work this way. If we add one tile, we get this. So that's working once again, and then we can try hitting play to see what it does. To hit plus, I mean. All right, we generated twice the same layout. It's funny actually. Whenever I hit play, it generates a new layout, but it's not obvious. I'm wondering if it's working. I'm going to add another layer of views in our player blueprint. I'm going to say 10,000. Okay, it appears to be working. So we need to add much more. We need to add much more tiles, and we need to make sure the number of extra connection works. So, did he link some stuff? It didn't link any tiles, you can see. And how many extra connection do we have? 2. Why doesn't it work? Because why doesn't it work? So, first thing I think is that we are not, when we reset the level, we're saying the number of extra connection equals that. We're going to remove that, and we're going to go in our generate level function, in our generate tile layout, Actually, that's quite the value. We were doing this when resetting the level, but on begin play we are not resetting the level, and therefore the remaining connection is not equal to the number of extra connection we set, whereas extra connection is our metric. So I think I'm going to make them all public, except for the tiles amount. So I think we need to set that somewhere, or we just need to reset the level at the beginning. Actually, maybe we can just say when we generate the level in the first place, we reset it, and in here we set the remaining connection equal to the number of extra connections, like this. And then I want to see why is it not working. So if we connect both tiles, we're going to reduce remaining connection by 1, and we connected them. Why did it not work? We're going to hit play. Okay, I guess it worked. We need to see if there are other connections that he could made, and it didn't, because this would mean I think that worked, else he would have connected here. No, because we did filter the connection to only generic tiles. We are only connecting generic tiles. So is it working? I'm not sure it is. I cannot know for sure. We need another setting, which is asking for a maximum amount of corridors in a row, so that we don't end up with series of corridors like this. So we have a layout like this. I would be glad to see 2 other rooms. I'm just going to increase the number of tiles, just for the sake of having more chance to trigger our little system. Okay, so it could connect these 2 tiles with each other, but it didn't. I want other layers. Okay, maybe we will find something in here. It didn't connect any layers, did it? I can hit 4, then tab, and then take control of a pawn. It didn't generate any extra connections. Why did it not? Why did it not? It's quite strange, actually. I'm going to print that. I'm going to debug. This is going to try to yell extra. It told me it created 3 extra connections. Did it really? It did not. And it wasn't able to spawn the end tile. So we are starting to get some errors, and it's quite normal. So how could this spawn 3? It actually worked in here, didn't it? We have 2 extra connections. I mean 1, and the rest is not connected. There are 2 extra connections. I'm going to reduce the amount of time it remains on my screen. And I got errors. When I got errors, that means it wasn't able to properly spawn tiles, I believe. Three extra connections, that's not possible. I specifically asked for 2. It generated 2 extra connections, it tells me. So one here, connected 2 tiles with each other, and I should have another one. But I don't, so it's lying. And I still have errors. When I increase the amount of tiles, we get errors. This is because we find ourselves getting stuff like we are starting here, then it's putting that and this and that and going like this, and it finds here is possible, and then here is possible, and then randomly choosing that location, and then is lost. Of course, we need to add rules to make this impossible. But this is going to be for another video. For now, we're going to focus on the amount of extra tiles we get. But I realize we need to force a maximum amount of corridor if we don't want stuff to get broken. So it generated 1 extra connection here. So I think I know why it's not working properly. I think it's looping through here. I was thinking about, we were looping through an array that was not refreshed at each loop, resulting in 2 tiles being connected, but both consuming the remaining connection. Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? Oh, because we are breaking the wrong loop? Are we? Yes, we are. We should break... No, we're breaking the right loop, actually. We are looping through all of them. Because it keeps looping. Yeah, I think we're going to try that. We're going to break the first loop. We're going to break the first loop. And then we're going to break the first loop, and then we're going to try just that to see if it works. We're going with this loop, with this branch, we're going to break the previous loop. And we don't get any debug, but I want debugs. I want a debug here that tells me how much remaining connection there are. 01. Yep. That should tell me this. So it generated 2 extra connections and it did not generate any others. So I want to increase that amount to, I don't know, 20. It generates all extra connection it can. But it bugged. Why did it bug? Oh, did he? No, it didn't bug. Well, it should have. It does not. Yes, it does work. We just have to put the corridor rule in place if we don't want. So in this case, it's when I put 20 extra connection, it it's just connecting all. It's just connecting everything with each other. For instance, like this. So this is going to wrap up that video. In the next one, we're going to add. We're going to see what we do. I hope to see you guys in. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.